Again with the food and the hair. When will it stop, Courtney? Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm talking to you all about rice water rinses. I have been on this natural recipe kick lately on my channel, if you haven't noticed. And if you've been with me for a while, you've known that I have done a couple of these already on my channel. I'll go ahead and link them here. One was either my first or second video, and then one was a huge epic wash day fail, and I have finally dialed in a really good way to do a rice water rinse for me and my hair. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. If you would, please take a quick sec and click that subscribe button and that notification bell. I would love to have y'all stick around for some more videos. I've really been enjoying getting to talk with you guys and help you guys out with your curly hair journey or wavy hair journey, whichever it may be. Also, if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so first off, one of the things that really helped me out was reading the Mestiza Muse blog post on rice water rinses. I tell you what, this woman has done so much research and legwork into rice water rinses in application to your hair. So I am going to link her blog post down below. Please go and read it and check it out. So she is the resource for all of the information that I have on rice water rinses. So why on earth would you want to do a rice water rinse on your hair? Well, basically, rice contains a carbohydrate called inositol. Inositol repairs damaged hair. It is a carbohydrate that is able to penetrate the hair shaft, and it stays in your hair even after several washes. It helps your hair retain moisture. It also lends structure to the hair. While not being a protein in and of itself, it does behave a little bit like a protein in that it helps lend structure to your hair. It has also been proven to improve the elasticity of your hair and reduce friction. So it's going to make your hair much less susceptible to damage. And guess what? When your hair is far less susceptible to damage, it's going to have the opportunity to grow longer before it breaks. And that is how you get your hair to grow faster. You minimize damage so that your hair has an opportunity to grow long and lovely. There's not really any magical formula that you can put on your hair shaft that's going to make it come out of your roots any faster. Now, if you want your hair to grow faster, some things that really help with that are really good scalp massage and stimulation. I personally have had some success with some supplements. I'm currently testing out a supplement that I am really enjoying. Just know that there's like nothing you can put on your hair that's going to make it grow faster. It's all stimulation from the scalp as well as the nutrients that you're putting into your body. Now, you may be wondering what kinds of rice you can use to do your rice water rinse. You need to use white rice, and the reason is that there are the highest concentrations of inositol, and there's a little bit of proteins in there, some amino acids that will also be really good for your hair. Brown rice is lovely, it just has lower concentrations of those things, so it won't be as potent or effective. There are 3 different ways to prepare your rice water rinse, and believe me, I have tried them all. And the one I'm going to show you today has been the most foolproof for me. You can boil your rice water and apply it to your hair that way. You can just soak your rice water for 30 to 45 minutes and use it that way. And today I'm showing you how I fermented my rice water. Some of the benefits of fermenting your rice water rinse are very similar to the fermentation process for kefir and things like that and kombucha. It can be a little tricky. It can be a little dangerous because like bacteria and mold can grow in your rice water because you're fermenting it. So it's very important to be extremely mindful that you're using clean water, a clean container, your rice water is clean, that kind of thing. Use your brain. If you think you see mold or things smell particularly funky, then don't use your fermented rice water. Know that when it ferments, there will be a little bit of a sour smell. I didn't notice that when I looked in my jar, which you will see later, but I did notice it when I was rinsing my hair, and I actually kind of liked the smell. It wasn't horrible and sour and gross. It was like slightly sour. I don't know. I really like kombucha. So also, when you ferment it, this helps lower the pH of your rice water rinse. Now, if you've been around for a little bit, you know that I have talked a lot about pH in hair. When you just boil your rice water or you just soak it, the pH tends to be a little bit higher, which will lift that hair cuticle up. When you ferment it, it actually lowers the pH, which will help seal your hair's cuticle while also allowing that inositol to penetrate into your hair shaft and all the awesomeness of the rice water. Some of the other benefits of rice water are that it makes your hair shiny, more balanced and hydrated. One of my favorite benefits of rice water rinses is that it is very cost effective, it is inexpensive, it will really give you a lot of benefit for your money. Also know that every time you do a rice water rinse, it is extremely important to deep condition afterwards. I have tried to do a rice water rinse in which I did not deep condition afterwards. I just barely conditioned my hair. Like I co-washed, I did my rice water rinse, and then I added a little bit of leave-in after I rinsed the rice water out. That was not good. There is something about deep conditioning your hair after you do your rice water rinse that actually helps seal in the goodness of the rice water and allows your hair to reach its curliest and healthiest potential. Also know that doing a rice water rinse may increase the curliness of your hair. It may give you a tighter curl pattern because of that proteiny effect that it has. Just know that it's not a recipe for tighter curl patterns. That may be a side effect, but it's not a guaranteed side effect. Doing a rice water rinse will not create curls where there aren't any. It also won't give your hair any benefit if you don't need it. For example, I did a gelatin treatment in 1 week and my hair got curlier, and I thought, okay, now I'm going to do a rice water rinse so that my hair will get even curlier. And instead, my hair went into slight protein overload. I'll insert a picture right here. There are ways to fix protein overload. It's not the end of the world, but just know that rice water rinses are not a recipe for curlier hair, but that there are a lot of benefit for your hair health if you'd like to try it. Okay, if you're interested to see how I made mine, this is how I did it. Hey there, guys. Welcome to my kitchen. Okay, so I have 3 cups of water and half a cup of white rice. Yay! Just plain old, good old white rice. Actually, it's organic, so aren't I so bougie? Maybe not. I am pouring the water into a plastic cup container thing because I didn't have a glass one. I wanted to be all fancy, so I'm not, because this is plastic. But anyway, I have just combined the rice and the water into my container. I'm going to give it a quick stir to make sure everything is mixed up well. And yeah, I'm going to cover it and let it sit for 2 days on my counter at room temperature. And just like that, I have waited 2 days and I'm going to strain out the rice from the water. So I've got my strainer, got my bowls underneath. Yes, bowls, plural. Those are 2 bowls. Okay, the rice water is now ready to go. Here I am in my bathroom and I'm going to go ahead and wash my hair. The point of washing your hair before you do the rice water rinse is so that you're removing any oils or product buildup on your hair that might
keep your hair from absorbing all the ricey goodness. So I'm just going to give my hair a good cleansing, a good scrubbing with the Giovanni Tea Tree Triple Treat Shampoo. I love this shampoo so much. It is just the right amount of cleansing without being overstripping for me. This stuff for other people is considered like a strong clarifier. For me, it's like just right. I really enjoy this shampoo. Now I've got 2 bowls, and I'm going to put one underneath me and pour the rice water over my hair. And here I am gently squishing it into the lengths of my hair, and I've put that other bowl underneath me, and I'm pouring the rice water back over my hair, making sure to catch the excess in the bowl that's underneath and squishing that rice water in very thoroughly, because I really want to make sure that my entire head has rice water on it. So I'm really focusing on getting everything completely coated and saturated. Now, I was actually having a bit of trouble getting the lengths of my hair to really take the rice water like I wanted, and I'm about to have a brainwave. Just dunk your head in the bowl. That worked so much better, but pouring it over the back of my head really made sure that the back of my hair got some rice water. Okay, so now that that's thoroughly distributed into my hair, I'm going to put on a shower cap and let that sit for about 30 minutes. If you're doing this for the first time, I strongly recommend doing it for about half that amount of time, just to make sure that your hair doesn't overreact to it. But my hair really loves protein and handles rice water well, so I leave it on for 30 minutes. Now I'm going in with the Anasi Deep Conditioner. This may be my new favorite deep conditioner. This is so hydrating and has such incredible amounts of slip. My hair felt so good after this deep conditioner. So I've thrown the cap back on and let that sit for 15 minutes so that my hair could have all that rice water sealed in. And you may be thinking to yourself, Courtney, I don't have 45 minutes to sit around and let deep conditioner sit on my hair and rice water sit on my hair. There are ways, and there are people out there who have combined their rice water rinses with their deep conditioner and shortened the whole process, but I've tried it personally and it just does not work for me. I do not get the same result as when I do the 2 steps separately. I haven't figured out exactly why, but that's just the case. This is what works for me. All right, so I just worked in some Zoto's Professionals Bouncy Cream and used that like a leave-in. I have found that when I use a cream, I don't need a leave-in. This cream has really replaced leave-ins for me. And now I'm grabbing the Anasi Custard. My goodness, I forgot how much I love this stuff. This stuff leaves my hair so hydrated. It gives me wonderful definition and shine. Like, this stuff really makes my hair super shiny. I don't know what it is about it that does that, but I really enjoy it. I have the old formula. Anasi has just come out with a new formula of their custard that isn't quite so thick. Their older formula was really thick and you had to kind of work with it a little bit. You really have to rub your hands together quite a bit to get the product to loosen up. But their new custard comes in a tub and is just a slightly looser formula. This formula was pretty stiff and pretty thick. While both formulas are having the exact same ingredients, it's just blended slightly differently so that it's a little easier to work with. So as you can see, I'm kind of doing my normal routine where I squish some in the front and then I turn my head to the side and I squish some into the side and then I turn my head to the other side and squish in some product, and that looks pretty good. Now I have got my plop on and my AirPods in because I am going to diffuse and listen to either a podcast or something fun while I diffuse my hair. How do you like to entertain yourself while you diffuse your hair? I like listening to podcasts and audiobooks.
All right, and this is my hair after I diffused it for a little while, and then I let it finish air drying. And now I'm ready to scrunch out the crunch. Again, I don't really get a crunch. And I don't think I mentioned this before. You do not have to scrunch out your hair on day 1. In fact, if you don't, it may actually give your hair some more longevity. I personally really like the look of my hair right after I scrunch out the crunch on wash day. So that's why I do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and scrunch this out. And really what this does is it just breaks up any residual stringiness or curl clumps that aren't fully fluffed to their potential. And I get pretty violent with my scrunching and my fluffing because I really like the look that it gives my hair when I do this. You don't have to be this violent. All right. Oh, wow. Let's figure out where my hair is going to part. Perfect. Right there. That's golden. Okay, just kidding. So much sarcasm is happening. All right, and then the last thing that I've been doing lately that has really been helping my life is to grab my hair with a claw hand and just fluff everything back out of my face. It's always the goal not to have hair in your face, right? Or at least that's my goal. I can't ever be like Violet from The Incredibles, like with her hair in her face. If my hair touches my face, I can't stand it. All right, enough of being silly. Here is my hair after doing a rice water rinse. And I love doing rice water rinses on my hair. They help my hair feel so much more balanced and healthy. My hair tends to be very hungry for protein. And the more I'm researching and studying, I'm realizing that finer hair in its nature actually has less protein than coarser hair. Now that's not a blanket rule or a blanket statement. It just tends to be a generalization. So if your hair is finer, meaning that if you grab a single hair strand and roll it between your fingers, if you can't really feel a hair in between your fingers, but you know there's a hair there, then you probably have really fine hair. If you feel like you are rolling, let's see, a coarse thread between your fingers, like you can really feel something there, then that probably means your hair is coarser and might require more moisture than protein, whereas in fine-haired folks, hair tends to require more protein than moisture. And that is why I enjoy rice water rinses. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate getting to hang out with y'all today. I hope you are having an absolutely fabulous day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye!